We are live with Lunch Break Live. Alexa, let's get cooking.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm going to show you guys how to make some NOOCH nuggets. These are my favorite recipe to make, and I make them for everybody that comes to my house. My family loves them. Friends love them. I make them during the week for holidays, and it's always a favorite. So I'm going to show you how to make them. Okay, so the first thing we need is our tofu. And the secret to this NOOCH nugget recipe is you have to use super firm tofu. So I don't know about you, but I'm super lazy in the kitchen, and I like to try to minimize my steps and do the least amount possible, but still have it taste amazing. And I discovered that using this super firm tofu already bought in the store, because it doesn't have, a lot of water in it, it's already drained. So it's the secret to making these NOOCH nuggets amazing. But if you can't find this anywhere, you can just use like an extra firm, a super firm, and press it yourself. If you have like one of those pressers, or you can just, press it with paper towel or a rag and then pans on top of it and let that sit for like 30 minutes. But this has been my lifesaver because it's just so much quicker. So basically, I'm going to take the tofu out, and there's really not a lot of water in it. And I'm just going to press it a little bit with a towel, but not too much, because the other secret is that we need it to be a little bit wet, because that's going to help all of our spices stick to the nugget. So I'm just going to cut this up into little cubes.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We are with Alexa, who is known as Vegansparkle. Yes, she is. She does a lot of really cool things on social media, which we're going to hear about shortly. Yes, she leaves it fairly wet so that the other ingredients that she's going to be adding to this will stick to it. That's right. All right, back to you. Take it away.
Thank you. So I just cut them. You can make them as big or small as you like. This round, I made them a little bit bigger, but when I pre-made them earlier, they are kind of small. So you can do them as small or as big as you like. If you make them smaller, just so you know, if you cut them into tiny cubes, you have to cook them for less time. But if you're going to do like a giant cube like this, which I kind of love because it's more of like a thick, juicy kind of nugget, you have to cook it for a little bit longer. So just keep that in mind, and I'll remind you about that later. But to make the seasoning, what you need is secret ingredient, nutritional yeast. If you're already a vegan, you know about nutritional yeast, hopefully. I literally put this on everything, veggies, soups, anything savory, I will use nutritional yeast. And Bragg actually just came out with this huge bag of NOOCH, which it's like 3.5 times the size of their other containers, and this is amazing. So if you haven't seen this, go find this, because I use so much of it. I don't know about you. So for the seasoning for our NOOCH nuggets, we're going to need NOOCH, and basically I don't measure anything, so I apologize about that in advance. I'll try to measure it and have it in the ingredients list. But what I do is I just kind of wing it. So the majority of the seasoning is going to be NOOCH, which is NOOCH for our NOOCH nuggets. NOOCH nutritional yeast, if you didn't know, it's the same thing. So I'm going to use more NOOCH, and then you can choose any seasonings you like. That's the best part about this recipe. You can, anything you have in your spice drawer, you can use. So I like to kind of just use a whole bunch of different things. So actually, Bragg has this other seasoning called 24 Herbs and Spices, which has rosemary, onion, garlic, bell pepper, like 24 seasonings in this. So I love to use this, and I just kind of put as much as I want, and then you can kind of alter it a little bit later if you see you need some more. I might do some smoked paprika. Just kind of put some in there. If you like it spicy, chili flakes. I could eat this whole thing. I love spicy food. So I'll just put some in there. You could do sea salt. You can do pepper. You can do rosemary. This is like an everything but the bagel seasoning. I'll just put that in there as well. You can do anything. You can even just do NOOCH if you want. You don't have to add all these other things. It's completely up to you. But I kind of like to just mix that around.
I love this. Are you all paying attention? This is such an easy recipe, so tasty and scrumptious for any age, your family. It's the kind of thing you could bring to a party all seasons long. All right, back to you.
Yeah, definitely. You can, and like kids love this. I have a little sister. She loves this because it's kind of like a chicken nugget. Let me see. Did I cut it open? Like, as I said, it has like that kind of, you know, like chickeny. It's like soft in the middle and crispy on the outside. So, you know, kids will love it, like a chicken nugget kind of thing, without harming any animals. I just have to add that. So we have our seasoning here. And the best part is, because these are already wet, we just kind of patted them dry, but they're still a little bit wet. We just dump them into the seasoning. So I kind of just get the seasoning on all sides. Sorry, I'm using my fingers, but you can use a utensil if you want. But I just make sure I roll it around, get it on all sides. And I try to get it really covered, because then it will get super crispy in the oven. And there you go.
Look at how easy, everybody. We do have a quick question, which is the nutritional yeast fortified or unfortified? Do you know about that?
Is it fortified? I do not know. I'm just looking at my little cheat sheet here. Bragg, actually, I worked with Bragg for a nutritional yeast campaign, and they sent me this little like cheat sheet for nutritional yeast. I don't know.
Okay, we'll get back to you on that.
Yeah, I'll have to find out and let you know.
Fantastic.
But nutritional yeast is amazing. It has B vitamins, which most people are actually deficient in, not just vegans. Fun fact. So this has B vitamins, B12, which is really essential. It's a complete protein, and it has a bunch of other vitamins and minerals in it as well. And it has like a beautiful cheesy flavor, super nice savory flavor. Honestly, you could put nutritional yeast on anything. It's the best. Okay, so I just like to get it super coated, and then, I'm just going to line a baking sheet with parchment paper. I spray it, and then I just line them up on the parchment paper, and then you pop them in the oven. You flip them halfway, and that is how easy it is to make them.
I love it. Now, how long do you bake them for, and at what temperature?
Okay, so we're going to preheat the oven to 425 Fahrenheit. And as I said earlier, if they are smaller, like, hold on, let me just show you the difference. I made this one just now kind of chunky and big, but the other ones I made are super small. So these ones are probably going to be about like 20 minutes total, the small ones. I like to flip it halfway. So flip it after 10 minutes. But these larger ones, I like to bake them for about 30 minutes, flipping them halfway. So it just depends on the size. And also, I guess, oven times vary as well. But yeah, so 20 to 30 minutes, depending on the size, flipping halfway.
We love it. Now look at her beautiful glass container there with a glass straw. Is that right? I know you're really big on eco tips for the environment, and you are huge on TikTok with 43 plus. What kinds of things do you do to bring forward the vegan message on TikTok as you're working with those NOOCH nuggets? Go for it.
Yeah, it's really amazing. During quarantine, I actually started making videos. We were all looking for something to do, and I started making videos on TikTok. And I've been vegan for about 6 years and vegetarian for over 20, since I was 8 years old. But I'm super passionate about veganism in all areas, not just plant-based food, but also, like clothing and cosmetics. And, there's so many things in this world that's made from animal products. So I am super passionate about not using that, educating people about alternatives, explaining to them why, in a fun, positive way, explaining why some of these things are really harmful to the animals. Because there are some things that people don't really think about, with like the egg industry and all of that. Like people don't really think about it. My family didn't even know certain things. When I told my mom about, milk and the baby cows and things like that, people just don't make the connection. So I just like to kind of drip that in there, but also share lots of vegan recipes and tips, fashion, lifestyle, things like that. Yeah, so I really like to do that in a fun and positive way. I try my best. But yeah, my recipes were getting a lot of traction because people think of vegan food and they think it's gross or you're eating grass or something like that. And then they see these colorful, beautiful recipes made from tofu, and people are just so in shock what you can create. Which is also the most amazing part. Like since going vegan, I've just discovered an abundance of food. So, when people say it's restrictive, I like to educate them that, like I didn't know about nutritional yeast before. I was barely using any seasonings or vegetables even, like there's so many creative ways to use vegetables and seasonings and create all these kinds of fun things, and tofu and tempeh. But I don't just do healthy food. I also incorporate some of the more processed foods like Beyond and Impossible and things like that. Because it's fun. Why not? We deserve a little bit of treat in our life. So
yes, we do. Now you are a New York realtor. You are currently working on a vegan fashion line and a children's book. Wow, everybody, we're going to definitely be looking forward to more offerings from Alexa. Again, you can find her at Vegansparkle everywhere and all the various social media. Now, can you show us the final product one more time as we head out? And how easy was this, everybody? Did you follow along? That was incredible. It's like 4 steps. My goodness.
And I just want to show you quickly. I also had some sauces here. I had a barbecue sauce, a smoky maple barbecue sauce that I purchased. It's vegan from Annie's. It's like a dipping sauce, and I made my homemade sriracha mayo with Follow Your Heart Veganese. So that's a lovely dipping sauce. And then also you have like the classic ketchup. So, you can put these on top of salads. You can just use a dipping sauce, but it's perfect for anyone and everyone. So
amazing. Yes, she did bake these. You could also use an air fryer, everyone. As we head out, take a look one more time at these delicious NOOCH nuggets. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for joining us today. And Alexa, you're such amazing inspiration. Oh my goodness. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.